What's great good customer experience for me is all around the product delivering what it promises, but then it over-delivers. So for example, it takes in my needs, the needs of what I'm looking for, and considers all aspects. Even though they may not know me individually, they've actually taken into account what could be the need that I have or the customer has throughout buying that product or receiving that service. Virgin Atlantic takes the experience from the time that you leave your home. So they don't just take the experience the moment you get onto the plane or when you're checking in at the airport. They actually take the whole experience on the day as you're leaving the home. So you're picked up by a limo, you're taken to the airport, you're whizzed through the customs area as fast and practical as possible, and then next thing you're in the plane and you're cared for. So in other words, they take the whole experience. You get to the other end, 24 hours on a plane, and there they have people waiting for you to be refreshed, get back into the mode of operation, to be able to go to your meetings, to be able to do things. So they actually think of the total traveller, not just it's getting from A to B. They look at getting you from your home to your next appointment, whether that's across the world or just 3 hours away. When it comes to brand promise, I don't really know what their brand promise is, other than if that Virgin component in front of it, it's going to obviously be reasonably edgy, it's going to be reasonably out there, and you know that you're in for an experience, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. Often that's obviously good. So my expectation is the experience is going to be one that is far better than what's on the marketplace because it has that Virgin in front of it. I guess I do have emotional attachment from the perspective of when I'm given a choice, I'll go with Virgin Atlantic. And that choice isn't an easy choice because it's an extra 2 hours trip going from Australia to the UK. But I'm first going to take that extra 2 hours knowing that I'm going to have a great experience rather than sitting on a plane for 24 hours with a less of an experience whilst on a business trip. I mean, the choices you have obviously is go with the national carrier, which is Qantas, and therefore picking up frequent flyers and having a level of service that's reliable. But that's not what I want. What I want is to have the full package. So in other words, I know I'm going to get picked up. I know I'm going to be taken to my next meeting when I'm going to. I don't want to be able to be picked up again, from Newbury, taken back to the airport. I want some certainty in my travel. I don't want to be having to be hassled, racing around trying to organise things at both ends of the travel. So hence, I would actually far sooner give up going Qantas and giving up frequent flyers and giving up all those sorts of things to go at Virgin and go an extra 2 hours on that flight because I have certainty of travel and I have an experience that I thoroughly enjoy. With the staff are incredibly good, the service is incredibly good, and everything about it is certainly what I was looking for when I travelled. It was a far better experience than I've ever had before with any other airline. Economic times, I think one of the things that they're actually missing out on opportunity is because of this all-encompassing service. When you actually do it like a total cost of ownership type of calculation, they actually are one of the cheapest airlines to go with, especially when travelling between Australia and New Zealand. So in other words, if you incorporate all the parts of their service, which you then have to go out and pay for if you went with any other airline, you suddenly realise that you are getting value for money. And I think they're really missing a beat where they're not advertising that, they're not pushing that about the whole package, both from a cost point of view as well as an experience point of view. So I actually think that they have a perfect opportunity in this environment to really push that experience factor, which is the differential for them during an economic time. We all know that travel will be decreasing during this time, so there's a limited amount of dollars. So I believe they can get their fair share and line share by actually demonstrating that customer experience and showing that differentiation versus, say, other players. In other words, get away from the price equation and get more into value for money, and they've got fantastic demonstration of that value for money. That's what the Virgin brand's all about, and so I think they really need to emphasise that, and then that will hold them in, I think, in fantastic condition for this period of time in the economy.